ran no paid book promotions, and I didn't discount my books for May. So how did I do? Well, I found 7 missing books. Hello writers in training, I'm Shannon, writing under the pen name of SC Houston and author of the Clash of Goddesses series. And welcome to my channel where I show writers like you how to develop your writing skills and self-publish your work. If you use Amazon's reports, you'll notice that the old reports are being phased out, and Amazon is pushing for authors to use the new KDP reports. Combine that with the fact that my next month's report will also include the final book in my trilogy, along with production and marketing costs. I've decided to use the new reports to gather data since the beginning of my author business back in November of 2021. I will use the reports to gather data on my ebook and paperback sales and earnings, as well as the total number of KENP, Kindle pages read, and the estimated royalties. Some of the numbers don't match what I had from the old KDP reports. Part of this is just due to my era of adding up numbers with a calculator, but some of it does come from the permanent payments that are no longer considered estimates. What I mean is that when I do my monthly reports, I use the estimated royalties for my KENP, but going back in history to last year shows me what I actually earned versus the estimated royalties. And I actually earned almost $1 more than the original estimates. I have also left out the accounting for 7 books for Soul of a Rose. Back in February when I did my January monthly report, I reported 81 ebook sales, 6 paperback sales, and 1 physical paperback sale. That should have been a total of 88 book sales, but I moved forward reporting only 81. I also didn't include the money I made for those paperback sales. I would have never caught this if I hadn't decided to do a full check of all my numbers. So this is a habit I think I should incorporate as part of my author business every 6 months or so. So let's look at the numbers now. First, I'll click on orders on the left-hand side of the screen. After choosing the appropriate markers for Blood of the Lily, I see that for the month of May, I had 3 ebook sales and 1 paperback sale. Going back to the menu on the left-hand side, I open a new window for KENP read. Again, I choose the appropriate markers and I see that I had 404 pages read. Once more, I go to the menu and I open a new window for royalties estimator. In May, all of my sales for Blood of the Lily earned $14.92. Now I will repeat this process again for Soul of a Rose. At 4 ebook sales and 2 paperback sales, but no KENP for the month of May, with my earnings coming to $22.32. In addition to my online sales, I also sold a physical copy for the paperbacks for each of my books. I earned $6.20 for Blood of the Lily and $5.25 for Soul of a Rose. Interestingly, I had 1 online paperback sale of Tears of the Marigold. I put the paperback up early for my reviewers, but I didn't tell anyone. And the book didn't officially launch until June 6th, but I had a sale on May 30th with earnings of $3.64. Technically, these are May earnings, but I'm going to save that sale for the video where I break down all of the production and marketing costs for Tears of the Marigold. For the month of May, I had total earnings of $37.24. The next thing I usually do is look at total figures by comparing them to last month's video. But I'm going to pull the full report from this new KDP report and work with those numbers to find my total numbers for the lifetime of these 2 books. The site won't let me see on screen a period of time longer than 90 days or a long period of time other than lifetime. I don't want to do lifetime as that will include June's numbers. But what I can do is request lifetime under the royalties estimator for the books that I want, and then click on download report. This download report button is new. When I look back to my video during the 2nd week of my first book launch, you can see this button wasn't there before. This new feature now fixes the issues I had with using the new reports while it was in its beta phase. With the report downloaded, I can clean it all up to see all of the numbers I need for my monthly report. Under the combined sales tab, I sort the sheet by title and transaction type because I want to easily remove all the free downloaded numbers, and then by royalty date. Last, I'll take out anything that shows figures for June. Now that it's cleaned up, I figure out totals for Blood of the Lily by using the auto sum feature. For the lifetime of my first book through May of 2022, I've sold 101 books through Amazon with total earnings of $178.87. But I can't forget that I've also sold physical copies, which adds 7 more books with an additional earnings of $31.40. My earnings for book sales come to $210.27, but I still need to add in the KENP, and this is where one of my figures were off from bad adding and from now having solid figures instead of estimations. I overestimated the number of pages read, but I was paid more than the earnings I've reported. I can go back to that downloaded sheet and see my total number of KENP under KENP read. Again, I cleaned up the sheet by sorting everything and taking out numbers for June. I have a lifetime total of 3,257 KENP. Now this sheet doesn't give me the estimated or actual earnings, but I can go back to the new KDP reports. First, under royalties estimator, and after choosing the appropriate markers to include only Kindle Unlimited in the far right drop-down box, I'll look at my lifetime earnings. But wait, this includes June's earnings, so next I choose this month under the date. It shows estimated earnings, so if I deduct this number, then I'll know what I've earned so far minus June, which is $14.69. Adding $14.69 to $210.27 gives me total earnings for Blood of the Lily of $224.96. Great, now we have solid numbers to see what my deficit is. To start, I'll need to look at my marketing costs for this month. I had a Kindle promotion that ran on Blood of the Lily this month through SFF Book Bonanza by Dean F. Wilson, but it was free since I paid for one in April and it didn't promote well. However, I did pay for Story Origin in the amount of $10 and Amazon ads in the amount of $6.47. My total marketing costs for May come to $16.47. To date, my full marketing costs for Blood of the Lily comes to $796.97. My full production costs are $732.10. If I deduct my production costs and my marketing costs from my earnings, my deficit for Blood of the Lily is $1,305.05. Look at that, I made a dent. Okay, now let's look at numbers for Soul of a Rose. I'll do the same process for looking at the lifetime numbers and sales using the new KDP reports. For the lifetime of my second book through May of 2022, I've sold 104 books through Amazon with total earnings of $93.86. I've also sold 2 physical copies with additional earnings of $10.50. My earnings for book sales come to $104.36. Now let's add in my KENP. I go back to the download sheet and see my total number of pages read for the lifetime of the book minus June, which comes to 2,528 KENP. I now go back to the new KDP reports, and under royalties estimator, I look at my lifetime earnings for Soul of a Rose. If I deduct June's and July's earnings, I have a lifetime total earnings of $11.04. Adding that and $104.36 together gives me total earnings for Soul of a Rose of $115.40. My marketing and production costs remain the same. So my new deficit for Soul of a Rose is $1,203.34. I made another dent in this deficit too, even accounting for those missing books. Now let's look at both books together. I've now sold 214 books with 5,785 KENP. May's earnings come to $37.24, which is more than what I made last month when I ran paid promotions. This brings my total earnings to $340.36. Production costs remain the same. However, if I add my new marketing costs, I have a total of $799.97 spent. Now, if I deduct those production and marketing costs from my earnings, I have a grand deficit of $2,507.45. I have finally decreased my overall deficit. Yay! I can see that overall for May, I made $37.24 and I only spent $16.47 for marketing. So of course it would be a deficit. But wait, I did have that one sale on Tears of the Marigold. And if I did this right, then I would need to run through those numbers to include the production costs and start adding it in to the totals. But that's a whole different video, which I will do soon about my third book launch costs and the money that I've made. I'll also do a video outlining my exact marketing strategy for my third book launch, so look out for those. And as I've mentioned before, I set up multiple promotions to run in June for the release of the third and final book in my Clash of Goddesses trilogy. So while it's nice to see a decrease to the overall deficit, June's report is going to add a steep increase. However, I can't wait to share with you how many downloads and sales I've made. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and happy writing.